Hello, everyone. This is Natural Resources for September 11th, 2020. I'm Mr. Sheridan. I'm so glad that you're all here. We're going to jump right into it, and I will share my screen here in just a second so that you can see what I'm seeing and see what we're going to work on today. So we're back in our Google Classroom. Just like always, your Zoom links down here in our classroom every single day. I need you to go in and do your daily attendance and your daily check-in. Make sure that you're doing both of those things. I will check on those and check in with folks that are still struggling and having a tough time. So all of this week, we have been working on our health and safety plan. You should have been researching different professions in the natural resources industry and figuring out what some of the hazards are there and how we can prevent them. We will work more on that project and work toward actually having a final plan put together next week. I haven't even set an official due date for that project yet because I want to see where everybody's at. Today, we are going to focus on FFA leadership contests. For those of you who don't know, leadership contest, last week we did an assignment where, and it's down here, where you had to find a career development event or a few that you were interested in that looked interesting to you. Well, I'm going to require that you do one of the leadership contests. In the Michigan FFA, we break our career development events into skills contests, which are more hands-on. Those are typically done later in the spring. Things like livestock judging, forestry, milk quality, floriculture, those sorts of contests are all later in the spring. We call them skills contests. But before our state convention, which is the first week of March, we go through districts and regionals and state contests of leadership contests. These leadership contests are going to focus on public speaking, parliamentary procedure. There's one called job interview, and then there's a few others that deal with agricultural issues. So you get to pick any agricultural issue that you are interested in. You get to do some research on it, and then you can either prepare a skit, you can prepare a demonstration, you can prepare a public speech on any of those things. And that is going to be a summative grade for this class. So if you click on this link here, this brings you to the options that you have for a leadership contest. So all of you are going to have to do one of these. They're not going to be due. You don't have to have it done until January. But the reason is that we start now is because some of these take quite a bit of time, and you'll have to do some work out of class. So I want to get this ball rolling in at least for this week. I want everybody to try to figure out which contest you plan to compete in. A couple that I want to highlight really quickly. If you are interested in working with either a partner or so we can have a group of 3, or in agricultural issues, we can actually have even more than that, up to 7 people. Agricultural issues is where you're going to pick an ag issue. I've seen things like herbicides and fungicides or runoff, some of these things that are kind of controversial. The idea being that you're going to create a skit where you have a pro side and a con side. You're not going to come to a conclusion, but you're going to present 2 sides of an issue, and you're basically going to create a skit based on that. So that's a fun contest, super fun. Demonstration is where you're going to have either 2 or 3 people that you're going to physically demonstrate how to do something. For instance, Olivia Calderon and Megan Sorensen last year did very well with their demonstration on how to use llama wool to create yarn and how to make different products and stuff. So they demonstrated how you would actually harvest that wool. They had a whole fake llama set up. It was really, really cool. So so demonstration is one of those. The rest of these are going to be mostly, unless we've got a bunch of people that are interested in parliamentary procedure, which I frankly am a little doubtful of. Most of these others are going to be things like public speaking, job interview, creed speaking. For those of you who are interested and just want to do something individual, you don't want to write a speech, you don't want to dig deep into an agricultural topic, creed speaking could be the answer for you. Basically, here is the creed. It's called the FFA Creed by E.M. Tiffany. There are 5 paragraphs here. You need to memorize them and give it as a speech. It's basically like a dramatic reading of a poem. Same kind of thing. So there's a few different, so the other issues that we could have, if you did a 4 to 6 minute speech on an agricultural issue, we could do that. Some of you who are seniors and are interested in learning some job skills, may be interested in focusing on job interview, that you can, where in this contest, you'll have to create a resume and a cover letter, and you're going to create whatever job it is that you want to interview for. But the idea being that you are going to research that job and make sure that you know everything about it so that you can answer those questions that you would get. And it's basically a simulated job interview. So those are really interesting. All of these different contests are what you can choose from. And what I want you to start thinking about is whether you want to create a team, whether you want to do something individually, or how you're going to do that. But in the end, I want you are going to have to do one of these contests, whether in class or actually at the, when you do all the work and you got it done, you might as well go and compete and see how good you can be, which is, you might as well. But you don't have to do that. If you want to just do it for your grade in class, that's fine too. But in the past, it's been a requirement that everyone learn the creed and do the creed speaking contest. If that's not your thing and you want to do a demonstration and work with a partner, totally fine with that. So you get to pick whichever one of those contests you want to do. But I want us to start working toward getting those, being ready for those contests that don't happen until mid-January. So with that, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Please email me if you have any questions at all, and we will plan to talk on Monday. Have a great day.